Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur known for Tesla and SpaceX, has turned his attention to a new frontier, social security. However, this is not a tale of innovation or technological disruption. Instead, it's a story of conspiracy theories, political maneuvering, and a potential threat to one of America's most cherished safety nets. Musk, a close ally of President Trump, has leveled accusations of rampant fraud and waste within the Social Security Administration, prompting investigations and fueling public anxiety. Musk's crusade against the SSA has raised eyebrows and sparked controversy. Critics question his motives, his grasp of the agency's complex operations, and the potential consequences of his actions. Is Musk a crusader exposing genuine flaws in a bloated bureaucracy, or is he a reckless disruptor jeopardizing the well-being of millions of Americans who rely on Social Security? The answer, like most things involving Elon Musk, is far from simple. This video delves into the heart of Musk's Social Security claims, examining the evidence, the political motivations, and the potential impact on the future of this vital program. Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get interesting. Elon Musk's foray into the world of Social Security began with a simple yet explosive claim. The system is riddled with extreme levels of fraud. This allegation, delivered with Musk's characteristic bluntness, sent shockwaves through Washington and beyond. He painted a picture of a bloated bureaucracy rife with inefficiencies, waste, and outright theft, arguing that these issues were draining the system and jeopardizing its future. Musk's solution? Unleash the Department of Government Efficiency, a relatively obscure agency known for its data-driven approach and, oddly enough, its association with the cryptocurrency Dogecoin. Yes, you read that right. The agency tasked with investigating potential fraud in a multi-trillion-dollar program is somehow linked to a meme-based digital currency. Musk, a vocal proponent of Dogecoin, has championed Doge's involvement, claiming that their technological prowess and outsider perspective will uncover the truth. However, critics argue that Doge lacks the experience and expertise to effectively audit a complex institution like the SSA. They point to the agency's limited understanding of the SSA's systems and its reliance on outdated COBOL programming language as major obstacles. Elon Musk's claims of Social Security fraud did not land in a vacuum. They were amplified and legitimized by the most powerful voice in the country at the time, President Donald Trump. Trump, known for his own penchant for conspiracy theories and his close relationship with Musk, seized upon these allegations, repeating them in speeches and on social media. In a joint address to Congress, Trump declared that Doge had already uncovered shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud at the SSA, echoing Musk's rhetoric and further fueling public concern. This endorsement from the Oval Office lent credibility to Musk's claims, even in the absence of concrete evidence. Trump's support for Musk's Social Security crusade raised red flags for many observers. They saw it as part of a broader pattern of attacks on social safety net programs by the Trump administration, often justified by unsubstantiated claims of fraud and abuse. The fear was that these allegations were not about rooting out corruption, but rather about creating a pretext for cuts and privatization. As Elon Musk and President Trump sounded the alarm about rampant Social Security fraud, a chorus of experts emerged to challenge their narrative. Former SSA officials, policy analysts, and cybersecurity professionals pushed back against the sensationalized claims, arguing that they were misleading, irresponsible, and potentially dangerous. Michael Estrue, who served as SSA commissioner under both Presidents Bush and Obama, emerged as a leading voice of dissent. Estrue, a Republican with decades of experience in government and a deep understanding of the SSA, categorically refuted Musk's allegations. He called them unfounded, reckless, and divorced from reality. Estrue was not alone in his assessment. The SSA's own Inspector General, as well as Acting Commissioner Leland Dudek, also publicly debunked the claims of widespread fraud. They pointed to the agency's robust fraud prevention measures and its consistently low fraud rates as evidence that the system was not riddled with abuse, as Musk and Trump alleged. Doge, the underdog agency tasked with slaying a giant. The Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, thrust into the spotlight by Musk's campaign, is an agency with an unusual backstory and an even more unconventional approach. Created during a wave of government reforms, Doge was tasked with identifying inefficiencies and streamlining operations across various federal agencies. However, what sets Doge apart is its embrace of emerging technologies, particularly its curious affinity for Dogecoin. While the exact nature of Doge's connection to the meme-inspired cryptocurrency remains shrouded in mystery, its influence is undeniable. From incorporating blockchain technology into its auditing processes to accepting Dogecoin donations, Doge has positioned itself as a tech-savvy disruptor in the often stodgy world of government bureaucracy. Musk, a vocal advocate for both Doge and Dogecoin, has championed the agency's involvement in the Social Security audit, touting its technological prowess and outsider perspective. He argues that Doge's unconventional methods are necessary to shake up the status quo and expose the deep-rooted problems within the Social Security Administration. COBOL and chaos. Why Doge's audit might be barking up the wrong tree. While Doge's enthusiasm for innovation is admirable, its lack of experience and expertise in the complexities of Social Security has raised serious concerns. Critics, including former SSA officials, argue that the agency's tech-centric approach is ill-suited for auditing a system as vast and intricate as the SSA. One of the biggest challenges facing Doge is the SSA's reliance on COBOL, a programming language developed in the 1950s. COBOL, once ubiquitous in government and financial systems, is now considered archaic and difficult to maintain. Finding programmers proficient in this ancient language is a Herculean task, and Doge's lack of COBOL expertise has hampered its ability to effectively analyze the SSA's systems. Experts argue that Doge's focus on technological solutions blinds it to the nuances of Social Security. They contend that understanding the SSA's intricate rules, regulations, and procedures, which are often embedded in decades-old COBOL code, requires more than just technical expertise. It demands experience, institutional knowledge, and a deep understanding of the social safety net's role in American society. A Tale of Two Visions, Musk's slash and burn versus Astru's tech-savvy approach. The debate over Social Security's future extends beyond fraud accusations. It encompasses starkly different visions for reforming the agency. Elon Musk advocates for radical change, pushing for a leaner, more efficient SSA. Michael Astru supports leveraging technology while preserving core functions and protecting beneficiaries. Musk's vision aligns with streamlining government operations and embracing automation. He proposes significant workforce cuts, automating tasks through AI. Musk also calls for stricter eligibility and reduced benefits to ensure solvency. Astru cautions against drastic cuts and blind faith in technology. He argues automation should not replace human interaction, especially for vulnerable populations. The political chessboard. Is Social Security just another pawn? The timing and nature of Elon Musk and President Trump's Social Security crusade have fueled suspicions that their motives extend beyond mere concern for government efficiency. Critics argue that their attacks on the SSA are part of a broader political strategy to undermine public trust in social safety net programs, paving the way for privatization and benefit cuts. Social Security, a program that enjoys broad bipartisan support, has long been a target of conservative lawmakers and think tanks who view it as an example of government overreach. They argue that the program is unsustainable in its current form and advocate for reforms such as raising the retirement age, means testing benefits, or even privatizing the entire system. Musk and Trump's claims of rampant fraud, despite the lack of evidence, have provided ammunition to those seeking to dismantle Social Security. By sowing doubt and distrust in the system, they create an environment where radical reforms, even those that harm vulnerable populations, become more palatable to the public. The uncertain future of a safety net. Can public trust withstand the assault? As the dust settles on Elon Musk's Social Security crusade, the future of this vital program hangs in the balance. Musk's claims of widespread fraud have been debunked, but they have sown doubt and distrust. The question now is whether this erosion of public confidence will have lasting consequences. Public trust is essential for the survival of any social safety net program. When people lose faith in the system, they are less likely to support it. This erosion of trust can lead to reduced funding and weakened political will. The battle over social security is far from over. The future of social security rests on the vigilance of the American people.